Welcome back to Something Good in the Kitchen. I hope you're doing well, and thanks for joining me on this episode of Cooking with Thaddeus. Today we have some relatives coming over and we baked this fresh loaf of bread. For the recipe, check out my video, Make Time for Fresh Bread. We're gonna whip up a Middle Eastern inspired Cannellini Bean Hummus as an appetizer to pair with this bread. So join me on this next video and let your taste buds travel to a new destination. Let's get started. For this recipe, you will need 1 fresh lemon, 1 clove of garlic, kosher salt, 1 can or jar of cannellini beans, olive oil, tahini, cumin, fresh ground pepper, Aleppo pepper flakes, your favorite sea salt, fresh basil and parsley are optional, but next level super tasty. You will need some fresh bread too. Step 1, gather your equipment. You will need a cutting board, sharp knife, spoon, 2 small bowls, fine mesh strainer, a microplane, and a mini prep food processor. A mortar and pestle are optional for grinding whole spices. I've provided links to my favorite kitchen utensils in the description below. Step 2, wash a lemon, cut the lemon in half and juice half of the lemon into one of the small bowls. Peel 1 clove of garlic and use the microplane to grate the garlic into the lemon juice. Add 1/2 teaspoon of kosher salt and stir the ingredients with a spoon. Let the mixture sit for 10 minutes. This will mellow out the garlic and temper any bitterness. Step 3, use the fine mesh strainer to drain the cannellini beans into the second small bowl. Leave approximately 2 tablespoons of whole beans in the jar. Reserve the bean liquid for use later. Add 1 tablespoon of olive oil, 1/2 teaspoon of Aleppo flakes, a pinch of salt, and some fresh ground pepper to the jar with the reserved beans and stir with a spoon. Step 4, place 2 to 3 tablespoons of tahini into the mini processor. Pour the lemon juice, garlic, salt mixture through a small fine mesh strainer directly into the processor with the tahini. Use the spoon to press as much of the juice out of the solids. If you prefer, add a tiny bit of the garlic solids into the tahini. Discard the rest of the garlic solids. Process the tahini and lemon juice until smooth, about 30 seconds. Add some reserved bean liquid if the mixture is too thick and seizes. Step 5, place the drained cannellini beans into the processor and mix until smooth, 1 to 2 minutes. You may need to add some of the reserved liquid to thin the hummus. Grind 1/2 to 1 teaspoon of whole cumin in the mortar and pestle and add to the hummus and mix for 30 seconds. Step 6, use a spoon to plate the hummus in the center of your serving dish. Smooth the hummus on the plate, place the seasoned reserved whole beans around the outside of the hummus, and drizzle olive oil on top of the hummus. Sprinkle the plate with 1 to 2 tablespoons of chopped fresh basil, parsley, or both. Season the dish with your favorite salt and fresh ground pepper. Step 7, arrange cut pieces of fresh bread around the edge of the hummus plate. Serve with the spoon and let your taste buds enjoy a journey to the warm, sunny Middle East. Thanks for joining me on this episode of Something Good in the Kitchen. Hope to see you next time, and remember, fresh ingredients make the best ingredient.